Good evening. This is usually the video that comes at the end of the week, before the beginning of the week. Before I have to say anything else, I have to say the way I feel. Once in a while, I choose to do a video at the random thought of actually how I feel in spirit. I feel shitty. I don't feel good. My body doesn't feel good. It feels like it's falling apart. I'm confused about pills that I take because when you ask questions about them, nobody answers you, so you got to suffer with the thought in your mind. You ever see this over here? There's his head, there's his eye, and he's just lying down, curled up inside the diamond in the rough inside of us. It's a curled little snake. So I've been out here for about 2 years, working on this about 8 years, but thinking about it all my life. Do you want me in the book or you don't? Because this all has to do is how I feel and how I get my intuition about whatever goes on. I feel whatever I talked about has the greatest of chances as being true is exactly as how I say it. Because I can feel it inside, and it's hard to feel what I feel because you're not me. And there's others in the background that prefer not to be me and feel the way I do. Well, I don't feel so good today. I go to the washroom and my ace in the hole, she's cutting me up. It's like having a bloodbath or something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel good. I feel a little bit down, like I'm all alone in this. And if I do get depressed, there's nobody to help me out. The only thing they know is lock them up, sign them away for 3 months, 3 years, 5 years. They don't know anything more than the heart. I've seen it before for others. In reality, one of my friends is working on getting her son out. They want to lock the kid up for 3 years. Like, what kind of retardedness is that? You know what? It's because we make these people feel responsible and we're going to sue them because we want to always sue everybody to get something. At the end, it always comes back against you. You don't want to sue anybody. You want to make sure that people have a good reputation, and that's it. If you strike a match the wrong way and you burn your finger, well, you're out of luck. Some could, some can't. Build it on a good reputation. A little down. Went out today, met this woman. Somehow these two women that I knew were talking to each other, and it was like, for me, it was terror. And I'm saying, okay, what's this one woman going to say, and what's the other woman going to respond? And the older woman responds like this: I seen not Mrtacpans stuff. I don't want to know about it. It wasn't even a question of, oh, what is it? What is it about? What's he doing? Has it gotten interesting? Or is it just like before? Maybe you couldn't understand and you still don't understand. Does anybody really understand what I'm doing? I mean, in general, this is the Pepsi sign. On the bottom, it could be the wing of a bird, but it's blue. On the bottom, it could be the long hair from the golden woman swimming in the lake, but it's not. It's blue. It's the Pepsi sign. It could be the bottom part of the Viking. The center can be the clouds, and the top can be the red sun. Why would Pepsi, if you really take a look at it, the top can be the red sun, and its circle is exactly has to do with China and the red sun. Do they really own us? Is that how it works? Like, what they do is they get these guys to become the bankers. They say, hey, bankers, this is what we're going to do. In order to run all these people in the world, you got to make this much money, and we'll spend the time to we'll save the brain. You have to do this for us, we'll do this for you. Because they work on our brain. They split us. Don't ask me exactly how it works. I don't know. I do the Mrtacpan role, tell you what I believe, and I see it so clearly. So clearly there's a big game going on. But what I also see is at least one of the groups definitely has no idea, okay, that we don't know about the other group, which is the alien group from somewhere else. They think they're really not aliens. You know what I'm saying? That they're aliens, they're not aliens. We're aliens, we're in these human bodies. Is it only the Chinese who manufacture us? In New Zealand, they put in our stripes in New Zealand. Here's the stripes, burnt on a grill in New Zealand, where our DNA is stamped out at least once. So people don't want to see people like me. When I become anything, if I become anything at all, any people that are like me, if we become anything at all well known to the world, it'll only happen just upon whatever is we'd say. But what actually are we saying? So that's why you got to say to yourself like this. You come to my page. You come in, you let me talk, but we'll never forget. It's just scientific. It doesn't exist. If you like the way I speak, then let it be no more. And if within time you see that the coincidences of my numbers starting to come together, you too can ask yourself some questions the same way I ask myself some questions, other than, why are you still doing it? Because I still believe in it. What do I believe in? Well, I believe that the letter P is next to the letter O on my keyboard, and I look down and it is. And everybody's going to say, so what? Well, I can show you 100 others. And then I'll show you 1,000. And then I'll start showing you I can play EXO with you. You make the first move in EXO, I can do the rest of the game myself. And move every single one perfect that nobody wins. Well, everybody can do that. Do you know what I can't do anymore? I'm having trouble smoking weed alone. I don't know if it's because my nose is blocked. I'm not sure if it's because of because of my backup pipes. Who am I? Who are you? You're still watching me? This is way past the 2-minute mark. You must be out of the penalty box now, because usually in Mrtacpans, they watch them 2 minutes, and not even a minute 57, they stop watching me because the penalty's over. They know once they put Mrtacpans tape on, they got a whole 2 minutes. Nobody scores. Everybody's busy, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? My nose is red. I could be telling a lie. I believe in my stories, and I see my stories. I see so many coincidences. Again today, the chemtrails were going towards the north. They never go this direction. Why are they going this direction? Is it because the cold? What are they actually doing? Remember my words. It is 8:15 on the 25th. It is 1 month past the day of the Christ of the birth. Of the birth of what? Oh, here he comes and here he goes. What's his name? Jesus. Jesus Christ, he comes again. I didn't say the words of Christ weren't right. But the whole game that went on during that time into some of these disciples writing the book and bringing it 2,000 years into the future, there's a lot of hocus pocus going on. How many people? How many people? How was the Bible passed out? You got to follow that Bible the way it was passed out. But more often or not, the best thing is, take the first and take the last, screw the rest, and see what was the best in between. The Federation shows up everywhere. 456, 456. Why? 4 by 5 is the 20 land we are in. 4 by 6 is the 24 hours. 4 by 5 is 20. 4 by 6 is 24. The total, 44, Barack Obama. 4 sixes are 6, 6, 6, and 6 equals to 4, 4, 4, and 4 makes 10, 10, 10, and 10. 5, 5, 5, and 5, and 5, 5, 5, and 5 make 1, 1, 1, and 1, which is 10, 10, 10, and 10. Everybody knows next year the roll of the dice comes to an end. The dice is total 21. So you can call it 2 dice, 2021, 21 per each dice, 2042. You want to call it that way? Add them together. 20 and 42 is 62. 6, 22, 6. You want to do it the other way? We'll go 4 sides on this dice. We'll have 5. Here is one of them. 2 and 5. This side says 5 because only 3 of these will fit on that side. The other 2 will overlap. That's why it's 5. The 4 against the 3. See the 2 corners? They're already here on the 4. The only thing that'll overlap is the 1. So that's 5. Now you take it here. 1, what overlaps the 6? The 1 is in the center, makes it 7. 6 is on the opposite side. The 1 is in the center, 7, 7. You have 5775 or 2014. Now, big deal. Barack Obama, he is the 44th presidency of the 57 terms of the 44th presidency for the 43rd president of the Americas of the United States. And actually, it's more than that if they want to go back to the earliest of times, which was back in, was it 1771? Back then, or 1776. From 1776, there were intermediates all the way up. I don't remember what their exact role was, but I was speaking to my aunt today, and her too, and she's, well, from the States, basically, and I asked her, Barack Obama was the 44th president, or not the 43rd, and she said it's the 44th, and I said, no, but how can they count the same president twice? But the conversation ended there because it wasn't about me and her. It was about being there for my grandmother. It was an ill will, ill feel, feeling not too on the good side. She was pretty chirpy today. I was so happy. Oh, my God. My grandmother was up. She was walking. Oh, my God. She sat down in the den. Last week she was falling asleep. I told her that's what happened. I said, stop counting at 85 years old. She had to count for another 14 years. I said, you're going to get tired of counting. She can count another 90 days. Then we go one more year, she'll be 100 years old. Well, that would be so cool. Oh, man, yeah. So anyways, that was the end of that, who's the president. Like right now, I'm telling you right now, there's only one thing I'll ever say that's true. ABC equals 1, 2, 3. And Barack Obama is in the 44th presidency of the 57 terms, but he is the 43rd president-elect. 43rd president, no. There were 44 president-elect of the 43 presidencies? No. There's 43 presidencies of the 44 elect. Well, there wasn't 44 elect. There was 43 elect and 44 presidencies of 57 terms. Oh, my God. Whatever it is. Just ask me. I'm right. The question is, what kind of game are they playing? And is something going to happen? We have one more week until Super Bowl time. Okay? Where is the Boston Tea Party on Monopoly? That's what I want to know. When does it come out? When is they have that Clover, the Irish Party? Between now and then, the Irish Party, let's say between the Super Bowl and the Irish Party. I'm trying to see, because you see, they base a lot of things, believe it or not, on the Torah. Okay? Out of all the things that have happened in the world, you should follow the Hebrew calendar, okay, and all the bullshit that's gone on in the world. And I bet you find something, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Wasn't Hitler Jewish? Hey, man, I don't take religions right here. I just have to put things in order because I'm a little mixed up, okay? Because I'm a little mixed up because I'm not sure if I'm Jewish or if I'm Hebrew. I'd like to know which one I am. Am I Jewish or am I Hebrew? And I want to know the difference between the Hebrew and the Jew. Can I say Jew? Jewish? Hebrew? God, you think they're going to be pissed at me if I make fun of the names? I mean, I'm asking you first. Now, you better answer me properly because they're all listening. I got this live. Yeah, they call it YouTube. You can't hear so well? He said he hasn't changed his transistors for 5,500 years. Well, what happened to the other few hundred years? Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. He turned around. First he was my father, and then he was my mother. And I guess I'm the son. Don't you get it? When Christ was born an orphan child, apparently, right? In the roulette game, they have a place that says orphans. If Christ's mother, Mary, was actually his father before his mother, he would have been born of his mother from his father's spirit, and that's why he said of his father, because his father was his mother, and his mother was Mary, the Virgin Mary. That was God? I mean, that's all I see. That's why they always call Christmas in French Noël, which means not her. It's telling us, they're telling us stories in these languages, except, all we're doing is saying, "Pooey, Mrtacpans, that's not right." Everybody just wants to make me wrong. Because they want to have a better story when this is all of our stories, because we're trying to figure out what's going on in the game. If there is a game, we'll get more clues because we're more into it. Don't you know how it works? When you get more into it, everybody joins your team, and you get clues just from people around you, and then you say, well, it's supposed to come from God. Well, that's how God works. It's a mysterious thing. It works in the elements of spirit. It's how you think. So where was I next with this? Yeah, it's all of us, man. What if, don't forget, back to a part, I don't like to say this, it's only a book. What happens if they really did choose Mrtacpans, this real crazy Canuck of some sort? Maybe they chose him to bring the good word, but he has no idea. So he tells you a story, we think he's all screwed up, but in all actuality, he's delivering the word, and he doesn't know it. And we don't even know it, except we're not giving the word the benefit of the doubt. Whatever the word might be. You hear it, you say, oh my God, there's a possibility. Always say there's a possibility. Imagine if life was like this. Let's not put any sports on. Anything that gets you excited, there's now a law against it. You're not allowed to get excited. In fact, you got to be so bored you're pulling the hair out of your head. To understand what life is to know how to be able to get that joy, to know that you can cry. It's all about the feeling, my friends. That's why they say when you're feeling like number one, you're feeling like nobody is better than you. You feel that great. You feel unique. And I'm here for that. I didn't come here for nothing. Because something else happened this weekend. It was really weird. And I'm going to read this book because they said that this person said this today, and it was said in the book 3 years ago. And I'm going to try and just read you a piece of this. Or maybe I'll read you from the beginning. This is a thing called Extra Normal. Don't know how real it is. This is from a site that apparently did not exist. But the minute I started getting messages from the site, all of a sudden that site existed. I never saw more than me and the person who wrote me these messages. There was never anybody else on this site making anything. In fact, not until the papers I got here were done did the site come up. Now, it was verified by me and my friend. Now, I don't know if he remembers, and that's a pretty good story. He definitely knows the story, but this is how it goes. Ronnie, I have been sent down from the 6th dimension within your mind. From the 6th dimension from within your mind. The reason I am here is about the problem with the spirit world. Who are you? What are you talking about? I do not have much time. Don't play stupid with me, Ronald. You know what I mean. While you keep picking losers, you keep yourself out of the spirit world, you know. You are lucky enough to get into the spirit world, so don't fuck it up. I know, and I must get back into the spirit world, for there lies the truth. That's right, Ronnie. You must get back more often, but not only when you stay away, because you fuck up most of the time, but you keep others and myself also out. So no more fuck-ups, or I'll be forced back down to this ghetto of a planet, and I don't want to return. I don't feel good. I must be dreaming. I hope your message. I hope dreaming. Hopefully, I remember your message. I am thirsty and must go get a fruit drink, or else I will be sick. Don't let others down, or you'll be forced in the nebula 4283, some 3003 away from the end journey. Where is nebula 4283? And you will be 3003 away from your end journey, as without the one side, the other side will be the wrong side. Goodbye for now, Ronald. So this is something I got, and then in here, it says the ravens are not speaking the good word. And today, I passed by the hospital and the ravens were out. And the person beside me was bothering me. And the ravens weren't speaking the good words. I don't know what that means. I know the chemtrails are not going the proper way. I know we're getting the cold period like we did 40 years ago. We're getting the same kind of winter. It's almost like we're like in a book. I can tell you in 2 weeks from now we're going to have 2 bitter cold weeks of very big sunshine and no snow because they're repeating history right now. And they're into the finals. That's the way I see it, my friends. That's the way I see it. Everybody sees a ball, and I see a dice cube. This and the dice cube are exactly the same. What do you think? I'm asking you a question. We're in the 21st minute. Is this like a dice cube, yes or no? Start. 1, 2, 3 sides on a dice cube. 1, 2, 3 sides on a dice cube. 3 and 3 is 6. Baseball, dice cube, all the same thing. The other one's just a little bit more pregnant. How many more things can I say other than we have till October of next year? I don't know if it will go beyond. There's many numbers I can calculate, but it never stops and they always repeat. I'm still basing this on the simplicity saying they have 21 months to put this where they need to. How many more months in advance will they make their move? Will they throw up another disaster? What is going to happen? Will it be on the Monopoly game? What game will it come from? Whose calendar are they playing with? What color will it be? Does it come out of the game of snooker? Is it the regular game of pool, or has it run into Kentucky Derby as Prince Charles? Should he take over, or should they change the rule for William to take over and have the fight between the good and the evil brothers, if that's what this whole world is about, coming back to Satan's time? Raphael 70-86. The constellation of Pegasus, and new numbers, if you want to take a look at it, 3824 is the new number. 3824, look it up. Thanks.